Hi guys, in this video we're going to be talking about my 5-match accumulator that I do every single week. Now I just have a few rules when I'm selecting this bet. The first is that it is 5 matches and 5 matches in total. We're utilising Paddy Power, so if one bet trips us up, we get the bet as a free bet for the next week. It has to have a flavour of the BPL. It doesn't have to be all 5 matches in the BPL because we know, there's only going to be 10 matches maximum per week. But we like to have a flavour of the Premier League. And the other thing is that the combined odds must be over 50 to 1. Okay, so we want something that's not ridiculous like 1,000 to 1. But we want something that is within reach. But we want over 50 so that if we do get that magical win, it will the returns will basically pay us back for all of our stakes for the entire season. So, you've got that comfort blanket to make it even more fun, So, this week, we've already missed the first fixture, which is Cardiff v Newcastle at the moment. That's 0-0. So we're going to look for other fixtures, okay, to fulfill our 5. The first fixture I'm going to go for is Everton. Phenomenal week, despite having a centre-half straight away really early. I'm going to go Everton. I think Southampton generally this season are going to be fairly weak. I think they're going to struggle throughout the season. Against most teams, unfortunately, they haven't really strengthened in the core areas with players that I think can make a difference. So whereas Everton have, and Richarlison looked phenomenal, we have him in our FPL team. So the next one is I'm going to go for Wolves. Now I think a lot of people are going to be thinking you should be going with Wolves in this game because they looked great last week against Everton, but effectively at the end of the day they didn't win that. And one of their goals was a free kick, a worldie free kick. So I think against Leicester showed signs against United of how good they could be. Some of those players, Chilwell and Maddison, they looked very exciting and a lot of promise. And some of the other players, they just looked solid, despite the fact they lost to United. But United, they have £100 million players, Alexis, Pogba, etc., that can make the difference. So we're going to go with Leicester, and we can see at the moment we haven't got up to a double is 2.885, which is nothing. I'm going to throw in West Ham United. Now West Ham United did get pumped last week, but I think they've made some interesting signings. Possibly not brilliant signings, but definitely interesting signings that can make the difference. And I think at home, even at this Olympic Stadium, I think they're going to be good. Now, they are going against Bournemouth, who have that confidence boost of the first week, where they got those goals. But I fancy West Ham at home in front of their home fans to do exceptionally well. I think Arnautovic is going to be his coming out match for this season. I fancy him to score a couple of goals. So that's 3 from the Premier League that I've got in to start with. Now I'm going to add 2 from the Championship to make up my final 5 for this big bet. Now I'm going to go with Derby County. They're away to Millwall. Now they had a dreadful week last week against Leeds United, losing 4-1. But I think Leeds are one of the teams that look very, very settled. They look like they're going to be a definite contenders from the off. Now, I think Derby County can be a contender as well. They've got Frankie Lampard. It'll be interesting to see how they go throughout the season, but I'm going to take a punt on them at 9-4, and you can see this takes my accumulator up to 25 to 1. Now, I just need one more, and that one more is going to be Nottingham Forest away to Wigan. Now, Wigan have come up to the Championship, but they have a very nice team that I actually think, for me, Wigan are definitely going to be top half in the Championship, definitely. But in this game, I'm just gonna go for Nottingham Forest. Now they've made a number of signings, some again interesting signings from the continent. Fans are very excited about what could happen with Nottingham Forest. I'm actually going to pump for them. They're 2-1. Now, as you can see, this throws up an accumulator at the odds of 77.83 to 1, which would be very, very nice. And obviously, if this comes in, it pays for all of our stakes for the rest of the season. But we know, these bets are 77 to 1 for a reason, and we're banking on 5 separate results going our way. So tune in next week to see how well we did with this 5-match accumulator and what matches we're going to select next week. See you later.